Hey everyone, and welcome back. And by the way, wouldn't it be great, like, if they could remaster Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver? Wouldn't that be even better? Because those games from back then were great, yes. And they still are great, yes. Even now, yeah. But it would be even more better if they become remastered. Yeah. Because that way, everything would be a whole lot much more newer in those games. And also, and everything would be like a lot much more newer in those games. Yeah. Like making Ho-Ho to be Primal Ho-Ho. And also Lugia to be Primal Lugia. Yeah. And also making the lore in that time era to be a lot much more heavier. Yeah. And it's like that we gotta have to see about catching the 3 legendary beasts. Yeah. That actually resembles Ho-Ho. Yeah. Like Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. Like making those 3 to go primal as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. and also making the starters of that time to become into megas. Yeah. So that way we can be able to have like a mega Meganium, a mega Typhlosion, and, wait for it, a mega Feraligatr. Yeah. Wouldn't that be so awesome if we could have all of those as well as megas? And also finding out what else can go mega. Yeah, what else can go mega and what else can go primal. Yeah. Yeah. And also getting to hear more about the lore as well. Yeah. And how heavy the lore is. Yeah. And not just only that, but also like to like for allowing all of us to have a garden. Yeah. So that way we can be able to grow berries. Yeah. And also, not just only that, we can also be able to walk around with our Pokemon. Yeah. And also to ride on Pokemon. Yeah. And also to have trials. To have trials and trial badges. To have trials to go on. As for cresses, trial quest and also a trial badge, like right after those trial quests are completed. Yeah. Yeah. And also finding out more about the HMs. Yeah. Like turning all the HMs like to be in our own Pokemon instead of actually having like instead of actually like us like having ride Pokemon to ride on because we can just own them. Yeah. We can just own them and we can be able to command them to give us a ride. Yeah. Like having the ability for that. Yeah. Yeah. Like really going like so brand new. Yeah. But also like if there's a whirlpool, for example, there should be a Pokemon attack move to get rid of it. Yeah. And also, not just only that, like, you know, like how in the Let's Go games, like, we happen to use cut or fly or something like that? What about, like, if we could be able to just have those HMs? What about we have those again in the newer games, in these newer games, but also for making it like for a move that cannot be broken at all? No. And also it can be able to be used ever so constantly, like continuously constantly being used all the time. Yeah. Like never breaking the TM at all. No. TM or HMs. Yeah. Instead of having that. Yeah. But don't get me wrong though, because I do like having the TM machine like in Scarlet and Violet. I do like having those. I do. But honestly though, to be honest, like all of those TMs and HMs, like in for TMs, what about if we don't buy them at all? No. Because the thing said that we can be able to just to sell those things with the Pokemon drop. We can just sell them to get for more LP, right? Instead of selling it for that, instead of doing that for that, what about if we could just not sell them? No. And just to collect up all on that. Yeah. So that way, we can be able to just constantly collect a lot on that, and we can be able to see about making those TMs and HMs constantly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, but like from in the HeartGold and SoulSilver. Yeah. Like for Remastered for those. Yeah. And those TMs don't have to break at all. No. Like all of those things what we do teach our Pokemon, it won't ever break. No. So that way we can just constantly just keep on teaching our Pokemon. Yeah. And we can be able to see an emanation of us teaching our Pokemon. Like learning those attacks. Yeah. We can just see it. Yeah. And also for the flying taxi, like in those games of Scarlet and Violet, those flying taxis are great, yes. But wouldn't it be better? Like if we could just actually see the Pokemon like flying on a taxi and picking us up and also dropping us off in those different areas. Yeah. It'll be like actually seeing that for real. Yeah. Instead of actually like, instead of actually like doing it like what they have just done. Yeah. Instead of doing that. Yeah. Wouldn't that be better if we just actually see the Pokemon actually using those moves? Like right after when we have commanded them to do it? Wouldn't that be better? Let me know what you think of all of this. Yeah. Because it would be ever so great. Like if they could do all of that. Yeah. And also, not just only that, like in that, like in those, like in the HeartGold and SoulSilver, it would be great like to have a Hoot Hoot and a Noctowl. So that way we can be able to use them when we can. Yeah. Like we could use them. Like when we go into Elix Forest. Yeah. Like for when there's like a forest that's so dark that we can't see our way. And it would be better to actually use a Pokemon. Like for helping us to see the way. Yeah. Yeah. And not just only that, but when we get to the Elix Forest, we can be able to go up to the Pokemon, and we can be able to like to interact to the Pokemon. Yeah. And we can be able to get those Pokemon to help us. Yeah. To see our way out of the forest. Yeah. And also, not just only that, but we can also be able to, like when we go into, like, you know, like where there's caves and tunnels and mountains, when we go to explore, what about if we were just given like something to get to learn about those areas. Yeah, and not just only that, but also to have a Pokemon to help us out and to guide us, like, into those places. Yeah, and also to see us through to the next end. So that way, those Pokemon can go back to the entrance again. Yeah. So when the Pokemon goes back to the entrance again, like for the next person, we can be able to like, it should also be like a multiplayer game. Yeah. So that way we can be able to see all of us, like, all at once. Yeah. And multiplayer, yes, but also to make it as an open world as well. Yeah. So that way, anything can be endless. Yeah. What do you think about all of that? Wouldn't that be so much better if that was to be like that? Let me know what you all think about this. Like, all of it. Yeah. And also, not just only that, of all that. Yeah. But also, what about, like, if we could, like, we could better use Pokemon to help us out through anything. Yeah. Like for our gardens, for an example. Yeah. And also, not just only for our gardens, but also like for crafting. Yeah. Like for helping for crafting wise. Yeah. So that way, we can better do a whole lot of crafting for a lot of things, like in our own in-game lives. Yeah. And we can better go to school and get to learn about stuff, and also how to make our own in-game businesses. Yeah. So that way we can better help each other out in-game. Yeah. And we can better see each other as well. And talk to each other. Like for choosing our own words for what we want to say to each other. Yeah. Like having the PSS back again. Yeah. But making the PSS like to be way much more newer. Yeah. And also, like, getting to see each other's profiles. Yeah. Like from in-game. Yeah. And also to have player customization as well. Yeah. Like throughout the whole entire game. Yeah. And also to be able to traverse like to another region, like for the post game. Yeah. What if you get that? Yeah. And then after that, then there should be a big, huge exclamation mark at the very end. Yeah. So that way, it would just, that tell us all, like for there might be something else that may come. Yeah. Let me know what you all think about all of this now. Let me know what you think down below. And I'll be seeing y'all in the next video. I'll be seeing you until then, y'all.